A farmer has been fined after reusing dead cattle's ear tags, and Jeremy Clarkson's catastrophic harvest piles on pressure at the Diddley Squat farm. This is your Week in Farming with me, Mia Williamson. A Leicestershire farmer has been ordered to pay more than £5,000 for serious breaches of cattle identification laws. James Beasley of Cronoe appeared at Leicestershire Magistrates Court on Wednesday, August 6th. He pleaded guilty to 20 animal health and welfare offences. Specifically, Mr Beasley had failed to report cattle deaths within 7 days and admitted to reusing ear tags from animals which had already been slaughtered. This makes it harder to trace where meat comes from and puts disease control, food safety and consumer confidence at risk. Beasley's defence solicitor said that there was no dishonesty or financial motive in his client's actions, but added that he simply could not cope with the demands of farming, particularly during a period when he had little help and was caring for his terminally ill father. At Leicestershire Magistrates Court, Beasley was fined a total of £5,289. And this year's glorious 12th has been marked a season of recovery, not reward. Tuesday marked the start of the grouse shooting season. Following last year's catastrophic breeding season, red grouse numbers remain low in many areas. Grouse are an entirely wild bird that cannot be reared or released, and therefore some estates have taken the decision to cancel or scale back shooting to protect future breeding stocks. Head over to this article to read how this controversial game actually benefits the rural economy and could be beneficial for wildlife and habitat conservation. Now, Jeremy Clarkson's catastrophic harvest piles on pressure at the Diddley Squat farm. He says his farm could not keep going without additional income from his farm shop and his farmer's dog pub. And the bad news is coming in thick and fast for Clarkson, as he shared news recently that his farm had been hit by bovine TB. Clarkson's comment comes as HDB released its third harvest report of 2025. According to the report, the winter wheat harvest is 48% complete as of August 6th. This is ahead of the same point last year, which was at 37%, and the 5-year average at 31%. But there's some good news for Clarkson, as today he may receive his first lot of British ketchup. Condomaniac, the creator of 100% British source ketchup, said Mr Clarkson had placed his first order for its ketchup and it could be available for the first time today. In the latest season of Clarkson's Farm, Mr Clarkson had highlighted the gap in the market for British ketchup. He confirmed that the pub would not sell products or ingredients which have not been sourced from the UK. And he has also pledged to source as many products as possible from British farms to show his support for farmers in the UK. Now, the Fair Dealings Obligations, Pig Regulations 2025, came into force on Tuesday. The regulations will largely mirror the rules in the milk sector, aiming to ensure contracts are fair and transparent. Supposedly, these new rules will do this by improving how contracts work, protecting producers from unfair practices, and giving farmers more control over how they sell their pigs. The new regulations applies to pig purchase contracts between purchasers and qualifying sellers, although some exemptions may apply. Any new pig purchase contracts must be compliant after August 13, 2025, with existing contracts to meet the standards by August 13, 2026. And finally, the UK has avoided a trade barrier with Egypt on dairy exports. On Tuesday, the Department for Business and Trade confirmed British farmers could benefit from gaining access to markets in Egypt. In a market which could be worth an estimated £250 million to the dairy sector, the UK government said it has worked with the officials in Egypt to avoid a trade barrier being imposed in January, which could have required halal certification on all dairy imports. The requirements could have added over £1,000 per shipment in costs and complexity to exporters. This removal could protect farmers from additional burdens with reduced costs, simplified export procedures, and new commercial opportunities. You can keep up to date daily with our Farming in 5 podcast, giving you all the latest news and headlines wherever you are and whatever you're doing. And if you want all of these stories straight to your inbox or at your fingertips, you can become part of the FG community. Just head over to the FG's membership page to find out more. That's all from me, but we will be back next week with another Your Week in Farming.